Hi students, my name is Jatin Dewan and I'm quite excited to deliver my first lesson on reproduction in organisms for the 12th graders. So, reproduction can be defined as biological process in which an organism gives rise to young ones similar to itself. This process will help us enable the continuity of species generation after generation. There are two types of reproduction, sexual and asexual. Sexual reproduction involves both male and female parents, wherein asexual involves only a single parent. In asexual reproduction, offsprings are produced by a single parent and without the involvement of gamete formation, and offsprings are genetically identical to their parents, which are commonly known as clones. The types of asexual reproduction would include binary fission in amoeba and paramecium, budding in yeast. Fungi and algae reproduce through zoospores. Other structures for asexual reproduction are conidia in penicillium and gamule in sponge. So all the four examples are the other structures of asexual reproduction. So you can have a look here. The next one would be vegetative propagation units in plant. Vegetative propagules. The plants reproduce through asexual mode of reproduction, and then the plants such as runners, rhizome, sucker, tuber, offset, bulb. These all are capable of giving rise to new offspring called as vegetative propagules. The examples are here. These are the eyes of potato. Then this is the rhizome of ginger. This is the bulbil of agave. Then these are leaves of bryophyllum, and then offset of water hyacinth. Now, the sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is very important. There is involvement of gametes. There is production of male and female gametes. There is involvement of single or two individual. Then gametes are fused to form diploid zygote. Zygotes are later developed into the formation through the process, and they later on form themselves into a new organism. The offsprings are not necessarily genetically identical with their parents. There are two processes. One is juvenile and the other one is vegetative in plants, which are the two essential processes in humans or the other organism which reproduce sexually, and then vegetative phase in the plants. So these two phases are highly required rather, for the growth and maturation before one starts to reproduce sexually. Okay, so during reproductive phase of mammalian females, they change their hormones, leading to cyclical chain, which is known as oestrous cycle in non-primate, in cows and sheep, and menstrual cycle in humans such as primates such as humans and apes. The end of reproduction phase leads to old age, and later on the individual has to die. So there is involvement of phases, that is pre-fertilization, fertilization and post-fertilization. In pre-fertilization, main events are gametogenesis. In gametogenesis, there is a gamete transfer which occurs, the formation of gametes, and then gamete transfer through various mediums. Gametes are usually haploid. Then if you see here, the A, this is a type of gamete which is an isogamete of cladophora. Isogamete would mean the similar structures, homo, all right? And then the B1 shows you heterogametes of fucus. That is another type of alga. So hetero would mean that there are different kinds. Then heterogametes of Homo sapiens, that is the human beings. Plants may have both male and female reproductive structure in same plant. They could be called as bisexual, homothallic, monoecious, hermaphrodite, or on different plants, which could be unisexual, heterothallic, and dioecious. So monoecious would include cucurbits, coconuts, earthworms, tapeworms. Dioecious would include papaya, date palm, cockroach, humans. Okay. So gametes are haploid, which are produced by mitotic division, and the diploid ones are by meiotic division. Gamete transfer, after their formation, these gametes must be physically brought together to facilitate fusion. In seeded plants, the pollen grains are transferred from anther through stigma. The process is called as pollination. The fusion of male and female gamete is called as fertilization. The female gamete undergoes development to form new individuals. Without fertilization, this phenomena would be called as parthenogenesis. The gametic fusion takes place outside the body, that is, water, is called external fertilization. There must be synchrony of gamete release, large number of gametes released to enhance the chance of fertilization. This enables the individual to produce large number of offsprings. A major disadvantage is that the offspring are extremely vulnerable to predators. Now, the fertilization that takes place inside the body is called as internal fertilization. The events which are included in post-fertilization are zygote and embryogenesis. Zygote is diploid in nature. The formation of zygote after fertilization is universal in all sexually reproducing organisms. Zygote is usually formed in water in case of external fertilization and inside the body in case of internal fertilization. Zygote of fungi and algae develop a thick wall that is resistant to desiccation and damage. Organism with haplontic life cycle, zygote undergoes meiosis to produce haploid spores. Embryogenesis would be called and defined as the development of zygote into an embryo. So the zygote undergoes cell division, and then there is increase in number of cells through mitosis, and then later on to cell differentiation, that is, the cell undergo modification to form tissues and organs. Animals can be classified according to how they are born in two broader categories, that is oviparous and viviparous. Oviparous are the ones which are born from the eggs, and viviparous are ones which are grown and developed inside the body of female. This is the differentiation of embryogenesis in plants and animals. So we've taken starfish as an example for animals and plant as an example for animals. So zygote is developed into embryo and the ovule is developed into seed. Then the ovary developed into fruit, and then the ovary wall later on develops into pericarp. And on the later stages, it forms a healthy adult plant. I hope you understood it all, and if you really liked my video, please follow me and don't forget you're free to comment below. Thank you.